What is going on, my Super Sandwiches? Rhymestyle here, and today I'm joined by two awesome guests. I'm going to say YouTubers and couldn't decide between guests and YouTubers. Guest-tubers is the word I'm going to go with. We have Quaman and Toasty, and today we're going to be discussing fan service, different word or phrase. Fan service and Dragon Ball Z. Now, to kind of break down what fan service exactly is, essentially, certain animes give fans certain things.
Come on, man, please.
Certain anime give fans certain things that they want. So now, I don't know how to explain it. Toasty, can you explain fan service better than I can?
All right. Traditionally, in terms of fan service, what we're talking about Dragon Ball Z fan service, which is giving characters, forms that really they don't deserve, or something that's just plain unnecessary. So Vegeta getting Super Saiyan 3 against Beerus, that would be unnecessary fan service because everybody who's a Vegeta fan wants to see him go Super Saiyan 3, but he's not. The traditional fan service that people usually talk about is like tits and ass in anime, to where, it's unnecessarily showing off, women's bodies or men's bodies in some cases, and that's really fan service in a nutshell. And here we're just talking about Dragon Ball fan service, which is that.
So essentially it's like, why didn't Teen Gohan get Super Saiyan 3? Why didn't Bardock get Super Saiyan? Why wasn't Bardock made canonized? Why didn't Broly become a canon character? Why did basically, I want this in Dragon Ball, is fan service. Now, why is fan service bad? To kind of break it down, well, it takes away from certain things. So as I was telling Quaman and Toasty prior to us recording this video, was, for example, I don't want anybody else to get Super Saiyan God or Super Saiyan Blue or Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan, whatever you want to call it, other than Goku and Vegeta, because those forms are special to them. Mystic or Potential Unleash, whatever you want to call it, for Gohan is special for him. Gotenks having Fusion and then having Super Saiyan 3 is special for them. Now, if everybody has the same thing, it takes away from what makes those characters unique, and that's why I never really wanted them to do certain things. Now, don't get me wrong, I would love to see a red-haired Super Saiyan God Vegeta. I would love to see a Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta. I would love to see X, Y, and Z, but there is certain places where those things make sense and some places where it doesn't make sense. In my opinion, it doesn't make sense to add those in the show, but I would love to see those in the games, for example, which in previously we've seen, what if fusions in like Budokai 2, we've seen what if transformations in like Raging Blast with like Super Saiyan 3 Broly, Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta. Like seeing stuff like that in games is fun because it allows you to still experience and kind of live through those moments that we never got in the series. But as far as adding it into the actual story, it just doesn't make sense because it removes from what makes everything special to certain characters. So that's why I personally am not a big fan of fan service, but at the same time, I still want it. It's kind of weird. It's got a love-hate relationship. Quaman, how do you view fan service altogether?
It's a good point. You brought up a lot of the things you said, Dino, about like those special things about characters, and I mean, to expand on that just a little bit further to benefit your point, like characters like Piccolo who like confuse with other people permanently, or like Majin Buu who can like turn people into chocolate even though it's immature, or like absorbing people. I feel like those really add towards like having a unique background. And Dino, we did a video about a week ago on like all of the new characters that were like selected, and we both agreed that it's good that they have Piccolo and Buu, because if you just made it like a full slate of Saiyans, then it wouldn't be as interesting. Now you have two other characters of two completely different origins that can really expand the series. And one thing I just don't like is that sometimes sometimes I think fan service can hurt a show because it just makes it oversaturated. Like, honestly, I love Dragon Ball. It's my favorite show. It's your favorite show. We basically, have jobs talking about the series. But at the same time, wouldn't you also say, Dino, that a lot of the things that fans want are mostly just writing, and there really is nothing you could do about it. It's all about the writing, and all of these Super Saiyan transformations kind of make it oversaturated.
This is true. I mean, going back to, let's take it all the way back to Planet Namek, when Goku was the first Saiyan to go Super Saiyan. Remember how special Vegeta made it sound like? It's been, many ages, many like years have passed by since the last Super Saiyan, and now we have Goku, who's achieved something that many haven't before, and Goku went Super Saiyan. How awesome it was seeing that. And then literally, like, 30 episodes later, we see a new one, and then we see another one, and another one, and then got to the point where we even had kids go Super Saiyan. Now, I'm not saying that was bad in any way, because it's cool seeing more Super Saiyan. Like I said, there is good and bad to fan service. However, you gotta admit, by the time we got to the end of the Buu saga, everybody had Super Saiyan. It just didn't really make anyone special. And then what did Toriyama do next? He increased to next levels. We had Ascended Saiyan, we have Super Saiyan, 3. We had like different versions of the transformation, but essentially it's like, where do you go once everybody has something? And then the next step obviously was with Dragon Ball Super and Battle of Gods in Resurrection F was to take it to God tier. But the cool thing about where we are right now with the series is, like I said before, everybody has their own unique thing. So that's why I personally would not want to see Gohan go Super Saiyan God. I don't want him to go past Mystic. I want Mystic to be just his thing. And I'm kind of hoping that in Dragon Ball Super, when that fight actually begins between the between the Z Warriors and the soldiers and Frieza, I want Gohan to still fight in his Mystic form. Like, I hope that, you know, he sticks with that, because that's his thing. That's what makes him so bad. Remember the first time Gohan went Mystic and showed up against Kid Buu? Nah, I'm not here to fight you. I'm here to kill you. That was so awesome. He didn't go Super Saiyan. That was amazing. The first time we saw Goku go Super Saiyan 3 against Majin Buu, amazing. Like, seeing those things for the first time is just awesome. But then when everybody else gets it, it's kind of like, So, I don't know. I guess the question I want to ask you guys, the viewers, what is good fan service and what is bad? Like, Toasty, you got something for that?
Alright, so let's pretend I'm gonna jump to another anime, unfortunately, or actually no, I'll say in Dragon Ball. Alright, so let's say, you know how, we all know already how Dragon Ball, the original, was a little bit more adult than Dragon Ball Z, obviously. There's a lot more showing off of Bulma and all other types of women in that. Hell, I mean, we had a person at one point in the World Martial Arts tournament, I forgot which one it was, Ranfan, who literally took off her clothes in order to beat her men opponents. So, I mean, people would say that would be fan service, but it really isn't, because those characters don't really ruin the show. And whenever there is like fan service like that, at least I didn't think that it really made the show bad. It didn't make the show, like, you know, any way uncomfortable to watch, because there are some anime to where like they show off so many like women, and I'm genuinely going at women or talking about women because that's usually the type of fan service that's gotten in anime. It's really rare to have men fan service in anime, at least for me when I've seen it. So it doesn't really ruin the experience, or at least it doesn't in Dragon Ball, and that's really the right thing to do. Like, you can have fan service or whatever, even in the case that we're talking about, to where, you know, we have like a bunch of Super Saiyans or whatever, but it has to fit in the story to where it doesn't seem like it's cheap writing now. Because if we got, alright, let's say in GT, everyone got Super Saiyan 4. Let's say that we had Super Saiyan 4 Goku, Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta, Super Saiyan 4 Gohan, Super Saiyan 4 Goten, Super Saiyan 4 Gotenks, Super Saiyan 4 Trunks. Let's say that we had all of those. That would seem a little bit cheap, because not everyone has the exact same form. Think about the forms in the beginning, which was something that it was rare, and that's why in the Buu Saga, when Goten and Trunks became Super Saiyans, Vegeta said it's like a Super Saiyan bargain sale, because every person was starting to have Super Saiyan, and it seemed like something that was previously a legend, something that was like unheard of for like, what, thousands of years or hundreds of years? I forgot which one it was. Now is something that can be achieved by pretty much any Saiyan that's technically alive. Because if you don't count people like Broly or whatever, or Paragus, but like the people in the movies, every Saiyan at the current moment is able to go Super Saiyan. So, yeah, or except for Pan, because, you know, Pan is
which is ironic. It's like, why not give Pan Super Saiyan? Because she would be the first female to be a Super Saiyan, which is something that we all wanted to see as well. Again, part of fan service. I mean, the main reason why we're even talking about fan service in the first place is obviously you see the footage I'm using in the background. This is from Dragon Ball Heroes, and Dragon Ball Heroes is basically called, another name for Dragon Ball Heroes would be Dragon Ball Fan Service Heroes. I don't know. I made that up just now, because they're literally adding every possible form of fan service into this game. I mean, from Super Saiyan 3 Teen Gohan, Super Saiyan 3 Future Trunks, Super Saiyan 4 Gohan, Super Saiyan 4 Broly, as you guys saw in the beginning of this video. They're adding every form of fan service to this game, but people love it. So now the question is like, what I'm trying to, I guess, get from the community is will fan service ruin Dragon Ball forever? That's the question I asked you guys, to those who are watching. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Kwame, you're about to say something?
Yeah, I was just gonna, add a quick point to what Toasty was saying, and I'm planning on doing a video about Vegeta versus Android 18 and why that was such an important fight. And I think Toasty, like the whole thing you were saying about how like everybody has a Super Saiyan transformation, from that point on it kind of changed, because we knew Future Trunks could go Super Saiyan, Vegeta knew Super Saiyan, Goku knew Super Saiyan, and that was like the point of the series, where like becoming a Super Saiyan was not, excuse me for my French, it wasn't the crap anymore. I'll just say that. It wasn't the crap anymore because of the fact that, like, before Goku went Super Saiyan, he beat Frieza, and then, we saw Trunks take out, Frieza and King Cold and everything along those lines, and we're like, man, Super Saiyan is so awesome. And then, like, when Vegeta fought 18, it was like, dang, like, it's just not enough, and that really changed the series, and I think added to a lot of the fan service stuff.
I guess before we end this, again, we want to hear from you guys as well, so let us know your thoughts in the comment section below. Before we end this, I do have one question for you guys, both you, Kwame, and Toasty, and viewers as well that also want to answer in the comments below. If you could add one thing that's fan servicey that you can add to the series, what would that one thing be? Let's start with Toasty.
If I can add one fan service thing to the series, wait, you mean Super, or do you mean just Dragon Ball in general?
With Dragon Ball, Super. Let's say Super, because that's what we're watching right now.
Yeah, since that's the current thing. Fan service thing is probably giving us, at this point, a Super Saiyan God Red showing of Vegeta. Because, honestly, even though it is something that a lot of people require to actually believe that Vegeta is able to go Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan, because at the point, we're in the middle of Goku and Vegeta's training into becoming Super Saiyan God Super Saiyans, or Super Saiyan Blues, for easier speaking. And I guess that a lot of people really want to see that. And I would say Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta, but that's just completely irrelevant at this point because we've already seen that Goku in Super Saiyan 3 got his ass handed to him by Beerus, and even though Vegeta was Super Saiyan 2 against Beerus, he still was better than Super Saiyan 3 Goku in Rage. So, I mean, to be honest, Super Saiyan God normal Vegeta, like so Red Super Saiyan God Vegeta, would be kind of fan servicey at this point because we're already kind of past that point to where we would need to see that. Like, I would say the best part for us to see that would have been in between the Battle of Gods arcs ending and the Resurrection arcs beginning. But now that we're in the training, it would really be insignificant to call back to Vegeta becoming a god in the first place. At this point, all we need to really see is them go Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan. So yeah, that's pretty much what I think would probably be the biggest fan service. Either that, or Gohan, like, instantly, like, next episode, even though we've already seen him, like, in his green outfit and everything, instantly becoming ripped, and, like, then becoming a Super Saiyan 3 out of nowhere. Like, that's just ridiculous, though. But if that happened, then I don't know, man, I'd shake my head. I'd be like, okay.
Kwame, what about you?
Well,
I already know what you want. You want Piccolo to become the Namekian God.
I could already tell. I hear the P already.
Well, let me just be honest. I will be honest. It's the fact that, you know, Piccolo could turn Super Namekian God and, you know, shows his relevance in the series. You know it.
Hey.
You guys knew it was coming. It was a generic answer, but hey, you want me to be honest, right, Dino?
You read the manga, though, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
why are you sounding depressed, man?
Here's a question. So Piccolo achieves Namekian God. What does he do? What do you want him to do with it?
I want him to be close, if not stronger, than Goku and Vegeta and all of the other Z warriors.
Wow,
well, no, I mean, like, what do you want him to do in the series? Like, for example, if he becomes a Namekian God right now, do you want him to fight Frieza and defeat Frieza? Or, like, what would you want him to do with it?
Well, we already know he's not going to beat Frieza, but I want him to beat a major villain that's giving other people a big problem to prove his relevancy.
That makes sense.
Comments on that Piccolo train, dude. He just wants Piccolo to, like, have relevance at this minute.
I mean, I do too. Like, looking back, Piccolo did a lot of amazing things in the series, and it kind of hurts to see he's basically a babysitter, a glorified babysitter right now. So
the biggest pain was seeing him fuse the Kami, and it was like Vegeta was literally freaking out about it. He was like, "Bruh, how is a Namekian this strong compared to a Super Saiyan?" And then he got destroyed by First Form. Like, bruh, like First Form Cell literally destroyed this man. I'm crying. I literally started crying, man. I'm not crying, like crying.
I just hope that Shisami doesn't do him dirty again. Like I
don't want to see that again. I don't want to see Piccolo get like.
Yeah, I mean, at least Super might make it make sense more by having like the squad train with Frieza. It would make more sense that, you know, if Shisami, Togoma, even Shorbei all jump in and train with Frieza and become strong along with them. That would make a lot more sense than just, you know, Shisami showing up being as strong as the Doria Zarbon and then, you know, making Piccolo sweat.
Pickle. Oh hell, shit.
I mean, with me, honestly, I agree with Toasty. The thing that I would say at this point is a Super Saiyan God Vegeta, only because it bothers me right now that the way Resurrection F Saga and Battle of Gods Saga are making it look like is, to me, both Super Saiyan Blue and Super Saiyan God feel as if they're two different things. Whereas before, I thought Super Saiyan Blue was the next level of Super Saiyan God. Now, we'll probably do a separate video on this just to talk about that, because there's a whole other discussion around that. But right now, to me, it just feels like they're both very, very different. And I just want them to show Vegeta have Super Saiyan God, because then you can kind of like link it together and be like, okay, he's a Super Saiyan God, so now it makes sense why he can basically manipulate his ki to become Super Saiyan Blue, and that's how the transformation is reached. But right now, they haven't explained that, and basically all we said was like, oh yeah, just make sure your ki doesn't leak out, you basically become stronger. And is that the secret to God ki this whole time? They could have done that like ages ago. But that's mostly why I would want to see Super Saiyan God Red for Vegeta, just so to kind of make more sense. And hopefully they will give us something like that in the future. But I mean, that wraps up pretty much our discussion. So now we want to hear from you guys, the audience, the community, about fan service in Dragon Ball. Is it a good or bad thing? What would be the one thing that you want to see personally as a fan of the series? Will that ruin the story, whatever? Let us know your overall thoughts in the comment section below. Gentlemen, is there anything else?
Nope, I just think that, you know, some things get a little bit crazy with fan service, but sometimes I think having too much saturation hurts the series.
I agree. I agree. With that said, we hope
we all don't need to see some Bulma and Android 18 booty at this point. It's like, okay. I mean, like, there were some small parts, but it's like, you know, you remember Roshi grabbing Android 18's tit? Yeah. That was just blatant as fuck.
With that said, we want to hear from you guys, so let us know in the comment section below, and don't forget to leave a like button below if you enjoyed today's discussion, and we'll see you guys in the comment section below. Peace!